Warning. The following presentation may contain excessive alcohol consumption, obscene language, controversial opinions, heavy metal, and actual wrestling chat. As such, it has been rated M for metal.
Welcome to the Mosh Pit. Welcome along to the latest edition of Mickey's Mosh Pit. As usual, I'm your host, the heavy metal hooligan, Mickey Vago. Now, the last episode with Dino Del Monte did surprisingly well, despite the fact it went almost 3 hours. I expected a lot of people to be put off by the length of that episode, but it seemed to have racked up the views and the listens, so hopefully everyone found out what us guys at WrestleZone already knew, and that Dino is a funny guy. He just needed that platform to get that across, and this nonsense of a podcast is probably the most perfect platform we could have given him. But as far as Mickey's Mosh Pit is concerned, you've no heard the last of Dino. We will be bringing him back for something a little bit different we're doing in a couple of episodes' time, but we'll release details of what's happening with that just over the next few weeks or so. So in the meantime, just keep watching, keep listening, keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Let's get those views and those listens up. But in the meantime, we'll just jump straight into this episode. So here it is, Inspirational, Ryan Riley. Welcome along to Mickey's Mosh Pit. Joining me now is 1/3 of the foundation of the feature. It's the Inspirational, Ryan Riley. How's it going, Ryan?
Hello, Vigo. It's good to see you. It's I've not seen you in person yet, so
yeah, we're calling a truce for just now.
I've seen you in various Zoom calls, and and this is one-to-one chat we've had since. So, how have you been?
Yeah, I've as good as you can be during this fucking nonsense, is it?
That's the only way to describe it. Just a nonsense.
yeah, it is what it is. It's like you just at this point you just need to get on with it, and well, when this episode goes out, we should sort of be locked in.
Yeah, well, at the time of recording, today's the day that they announced we can hug our friends and families from this following Monday. So
yeah,
one step closer to some contact training, closer to some sort of normality, I guess.
Yeah, but during the lockdown, what have you been up to? Have you been keeping busy? Have you keeping fit?
I've watched a few of your podcasts, and I'm the same as you. You know, at the start, I was like, right, I'm in okay shape now. Let's just get in even better shape. It lasted about 2 weeks. I started playing Warzone on the Xbox, and that was me.
But you were quite a big gym guy anyway, though. Like I was never I've never been into the gym. Like I've tried, and I haven't got the motivation for it. Like I can go running, but that's.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. Like the only cardio I did was bloody training at the lockup, and I did like an incline walk on the treadmill before I did a workout, but it was just an excuse for me to watch some wrestling. So yeah, I burned some calories doing it, so that's something.
It's something. It's like when we got back to training last year, and everyone was back. Like I don't know about your group because you were in a different group for us, but like the first couple of weeks, it's just everybody's just blown out their arse because we've no fucking cardio.
The first time you hit that ropes and you think, oh God, I forgot about that.
There was fucking ropes. As we record this, we'll be back at training next week. No, week after.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah,
if my calculations are correct.
Yeah, it's weird trying to figure out when you record this and when it goes out. But yeah, when it goes out, we should be back at training, and I'm now looking forward to hitting them fucking ropes again. It's like when we hit it last year. It's like, all right, well, I've got it now. A couple of weeks in, and you're used to it again, and then we're locked in. It's like, it's been another fucking 6 months, and like.
Well, this past lockdown, well, I went to maybe 1 or 2 training sessions when they opened up again, but then because it was non-contact, the motivation wasn't really there. So I just told everyone, hopefully we can get back to contact training soon. That's when I know I'll be more up for it. So I wasn't doing much sort of fitness or gym or any sort of training like that then, but in the last lockdown I was going out for runs a lot more, just improving my times and stuff. So this is getting there. I'm back in the gym. I'm feeling more motivated. So hopefully when this podcast goes out in a week's time or a week ago, I can't remember, but I'll have done my first training session. I'll have hit those ropes and I'll have those bloody red marks on my back and my arm to show for it.
I see. That's the thing. My missus come home last week and says, "Oh, I'm working the next 2 Wednesdays." I said, "Oh fuck! The first 2 Wednesdays I'm meant to be back at training." And she's like, "So I can't go." So I'll be 2 weeks behind everybody else.
I bet she's doing that just to rib you.
Aye, probably. But yeah, I'll let me. It's 2 weeks more. I didn't have to hit the ropes, so
there we go. You got to see the positives.
Swings and roundabouts.
Oh me. The one thing I do miss though is I miss like the social aspect of it. A lot of times I went to training just if I had a shitty day at my shoot job. If I had a shitty day or whatever, I would just love going to training afterwards and just letting go a little bit, seeing the boys and just having a run, because that's what I enjoy doing.
That's like, apart from galas, that's the thing I miss most, is just getting to see the boy. Like even like backstage at shows or whatever, it's just like, this is something, but it's nae the same.
It's nae the same. You need to be in person just to get in the same atmosphere. It just makes a whole lot of a difference.
It does. But
and I'm renowned for my world famous laughing fits, where something will pop mid. I'm just out of the game for 5 minutes. I don't quite think I can do that on Zoom. But I miss that. I miss the camaraderie. It's just
but it's like it's just, hopefully we'll get back to it soon.
Galas. Hopefully we can bounce back for the galas. At least 1 or 2 of them.
Like I'm still skeptical we'll get anything this year. It's like, you look at it and you think, well, it's possible we might get Halloween or whatever, or Christmas even. It's like, but are folk capable of behaving that fucking long?
I know, sometimes it seems like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But just need to hope this time round that people behave. Make sooner rather than later.
Hopefully the vaccinations will make more of a difference, and
they should do. I mean, the numbers are going down, so
I think I'm next in the queue. Like, I'm 37 now, so like,
you'll be getting your blue letter soon.
Yep.
So you can't wait for that day. It'll be like, get it, Chris, get your letter.
It's
probably got ages left to wait.
It's like, speaking to some of the young, like, it's like Archer. It's like Archer's like 10 years younger than me. It's like, give it, fuck off, would you?
I don't think his back pain and his knee pain has that to show for it, though. I mean, I think he's older than you in that.
His knees are older, It's like it's like I spoke to Dino the last episode, and he's like, I can start watching wrestling like 2001. It's like, I'd already watched like 10 years of wrestling and stopped watching for about 10 years before you got into it.
Jesus, he would have been 5? I think Dino's the same age as me, so he would have been 5 years old, 6 years old. I can't even remember being 5 or 6 years old.
It's like, Cena and Big Show and like fighting for the US title, and I was like, fucking hell, that ages me so funny.
Well, I only started watching, I was quite a late bloomer. I only started watching in like 2012, 2013. Because I remember sitting in my form class at school, and there were 2 boys that I would always sit with, and they would speak about wrestling all the time, and they would always mention like The Shield or Ryback or all these things. And I thought, these sound cool. What are you speaking about? And they told me it was wrestling. So got home that night, recorded Monday Night Raw for whenever it was, and just watched it, and I was hooked from then. You know, it was the same time that Daniel Bryan was going against the Authority.
All right, yeah, aye.
And it was just like he kept getting one step closer, and he kept getting the rug pulled out from underneath him, and he would get there, and then, you know, I knew obviously it was a work, but there was still that part of me that was believing. It was like, I really want this guy to bloody win, and he kept getting me, and yeah, it was around that time that I thought, I want to start giving it a go. I want to start trying, because I wanted to see how something that's so obviously scripted and a work, how can they sometimes make it seem so real and just, you know, make people actually believe. So that aspect is something I've always been interested in.
Yeah, like a lot of people shit on WWE for just being shit, but like when they do stuff like that and it just hooks people, like it hooked you back then, it's like they are capable, still capable of doing it.
Yeah, I don't think they feel the need to just now, because there's no obviously fans in the audience. I think once they're back on the road properly again and fans are actually in, I think they'll start producing some better quality shows.
And I think it's
they do.
a lot of today is today with like they've not had competition for years. Like Impact came along, they weren't really competition. Like AEW's kind of creeping up on them now.
Yeah,
it's like once they get crowds back, you wonder how close is it going to get, and again that'll maybe give them a kick up the arse that they need.
Yeah, I think it will. Their numbers are, now that NXT's on a different night, the numbers for AEW are creeping up and up and up. So I mean, there could be. Well, it just depends how they see it as competition, I guess. They might, they might not care, or they might think, oh God, do we need to really up our game?
Yeah, it's it could go either way. But yeah, it's like fucking I've fallen so far behind, like any sort of wrestling, apart from like the training stuff that we do, watching over the Zoom. That's like pretty much the only wrestling I watch just now.
Yeah, I don't watch much just now either, except when I'm doing my cardio in the gym. But I always just find myself going back to the same like 6 or 7 matches.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's going on with the up-to-date product. I do watch some YouTube recaps on it and stuff. But I've not sat down and watched for a while.
I used to watch like the pay-per-views at least, or I kind of read. Like at one point I was watching everything. I'd watch Raw and SmackDown and fucking Sunday Night Heat.
Velocity.
Yeah, metal.
I'm just not around for any of that stuff. Like, I got Superstars main event.
Superstars, yeah. But like it's like I was watching everything I could, like when I got back into it again. And I would have probably been like, I don't know when, I was like 2007 or 8 maybe I got back into it properly. Yeah. And I was watching everything for a few years, and then it kind of weaned off. So I'd watch like the odd Raw and SmackDown. I'd still watch all the pay-per-views, but I just I'd still read reviews of it, and then I stopped reading the reviews for stuff and Raw and SmackDown. And eventually it got to the point where I was just watching I watched the Big Four, the Rumble, SummerSlam.
I stay up for the Big Four usually.
And up until last year, I was like, last year was probably I only watched the Big Four. Like this year, I watched night 1 of WrestleMania. I haven't watched the second night, and I didn't think I watched the Rumble this year either. And the Rumble's probably usually the one I go mad for.
I love the Rumble. I thought the Rumble was really good, but then again, I'm a big Edge fan, and I'm a big Christian fan. So seeing Edge and Christian do some of their stuff, it was like, yes, let's go. But then Christian fucked off. So
he's softy. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, so like I said, like the only wrestling I've watched pretty much this year is the stuff we've been doing, or the like training calls or range stuff, critiquing and just ripping the fucking shreds.
It had been a while since I watched any of our stuff, but watching some of it back, it's actually surprising, because we're nae bad. Some of us are nae bad. We're actually quite good.
We are capable.
Yeah, watching back some of my own matches and thinking, fuck, I did that.
Yeah. Like I said, like a lot, like some of the, like there is like the older guys, like I'd say myself, because I've been there for 6 years, 7 years now, maybe. Is it?
Seasoned vet,
yeah. And the younger guys, and like you see you're selling this, like it's like the guys that came through when they properly opened the training academy, the setup. Like the guys that are coming through, like yourselves and Dino and Ted, and like you're infinitely more prepared than than even like I was or the guys before me were.
Yeah, I mean, I started, I think maybe like the month after they opened up.
Yeah.
At the new training academy where the ring's up all the time and you've got the matted room and stuff. So I didn't realise that you had the scout hut before and it was just mats and you had to pretend to hit the ropes and stuff. So I think when I found that out, I was like, I need to stop taking this for granted. Some of these boys have been through the ringer.
Yeah, like even like I had the new mats that mine Arts are telling us about, like in the old mats they used to hay there, and they were just falling to bits, and it was basically just bumping on the flare.
Oh, that's probably why he's broken.
I him and Dynamite, they're both fucked because
they're both fucked. Yeah.
They went through all that, but yeah.
That's why me and Bradley are here to look after Dynamite. that's all it is. Take some of the load off of him.
Yeah. It's like you see some of the stuff he does at training though, like he goes fucking balls. It's like I work hard at training, but like I'm not missing fucking swanton bombs off the top rope at training. It's like, come on, play the game.
Especially if it's like a busy period, you've got a couple of shows in the same month, and you've got maybe galas, then you've got to just take it easy a little bit. I
mean, fair play to him, Kenny. He takes it very seriously, but save yourself for the shows.
I do attribute a lot of my progress to working with Zach Dynamite. There was a period, just before we got like locked down and shit hit the fan for the first time back in March last year. Myself, Dino, Bradley, Caleb, Connor, we were all grafting, really hard. We were all sort of doing some good progress, and we were working with Zach Dynamite quite a lot, and it would be a case of you go in, he's there, he's like, right, we're doing a match tonight, and you're like, all right, okay, let's go do a match tonight. But just watching the matches back after each other, you see the progress, and you can only attribute it to just getting in the ring and bloody doing it. That's the best way to learn, in my opinion.
It is. Like Dynamite, he's good at what he does. That's why he's training some of the newer guys now, because he is like, I couldn't do it. Like I've not got the coaching, I don't know what you would call it, the coaching bone or whatever it is. Like I can chip in with bits and pieces here and there, but I couldn't pass coach. Nah, I couldn't like go and do this and this and that. So for somebody doing someone in life, I can see. All right, I can chip in here.
You just keep your knowledge for yourself. It's my knowledge and my knowledge only.
Just Hogan, just keeping all the young guys doing.
And that's why you're getting a reputation.
Got a reputation.
Vago, you doing the job tonight? Don't know, we've had our fair share of solid matches though. Me and Bradley against you and Archer and you and Caden, and then we've had our 6-man tags and stuff.
Yeah. I made a good wee run there before we got locked in. Yeah, we were just getting lumps into each other. It was great fun. A good year or so, I just getting matches back and forth, and that reminds me of the main event in Balmedie. Myself and Dynamite against you and Archer. Yeah, and we've all got our ideas and stuff. Then you come in, you're like, guys, my stomach's not up to it today. We need to kind of take it easy tonight. Right, okay. Planning the matches, and you're like, nah, I don't think so. And you're telling us, just try and not hit me in the gut, try and not bug me too much. And what's the first thing I do when we go to brawl? Bloody knee you in the gut. I'm like, oh, what have I done? I was so fucking ill. Like, if it had been a singles match, I would have just said, nah, just put somebody else in there, because I thought, it's a tag match, we can work around it. We can. And looking at it, it's like, it's fucking Dynamite. It's like, we can do something. It's like, come on, with these ideas. So like, look, boys, I can only do so much. And like you said, like I said, Fittery D didn't hit me in the gut. And like the first thing, match breaks down the right side. Fucking, I'm on all fours, and I just see you kind of like, fuck. You're full on in the gut, and I think, oh god, what have I done? And then between you and Dynamite, you kept sticking fucking random boots in now and again during the match. Like, come on, I thought you knew there. Kick me in the head, for fuck's sake.
Anywhere but the gut. Anywhere.
Yeah, just on the verge of just filling my fucking drawers. I was like, nah. If
Archer,
ever,
it's your hometown. You're putting a shift in tonight.
go home, boys. Go home.
We've just locked up. That's it. Oh God, go home.
Yeah, like you said, we've had a run of a few matches. I mind we had one before you turned proper heel.
Yeah.
Was it Huntley or Fraserburgh?
Huntley. It was Huntley.
Huntley. And in hindsight, I should have just worked heel.
Yeah, we were both babyface, and we just how do you work it?
you were running the babyface for essentially like the Kurt Angle thing when he first came in.
Yeah,
it's like you're meant to be pushed as this confident good guy or whatever, and guys they're meant to fucking turn on you the way they turned the Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
and some of them just didn't get it. It was too. I don't know, subtle, the opposite of subtle, whatever that is.
Obvious.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to experience as well. I think if it was a little bit more experienced, I could have maybe pulled it off better. But
yeah, I think it's like if anyone come into that match they know either of us, they would look at both of us and think you were the face and I was the heel.
Yeah, here's me in my singlet and my tan and my hair is all nice, and here's you with your face paint on, the big long hair and the beard. There's a clear disconnect. Yeah,
it didn't work. In hindsight, we should have just when Rock and Hogan just switched it. We'll just on the fly. I'll work heel.
I would have shit myself if you did that. I would have been like, oh God, what are you doing? There was a period where I had to plan absolutely everything to the T.
Yeah.
Oh. If we just decided to switch it, I would have just gone, what are we doing?
I think most guys are like that when they first come in. It's I need to know everything from A to Z. I need to know what's happening here and here and here and here. Even the heat, I need to know what's that. It's and then eventually you get to the point. It's all right, we came over and we can.
I'll see you out there.
Yeah.
Was that the match that we did a comeback right after a comeback, and we were both just dying?
Yeah. It was essentially it was an A3 comeback. You did either a comeback, then you did a comeback, then I did a second comeback, and it was just we're just completely fucked.
Just absolutely blown, and you had to climb to the top rope at some point, and you're just taking your sweet ass time doing it.
I was just sell.
Yeah, we didn't even ask each other how we were backstage. We were just there lying on each other, just.
Yeah, I think that might have been the only singles match we've ever had.
I think so.
Barring Galas, maybe, but yeah, on proper shows.
Even Galas, I don't really think that. Well, have we? No, I can't remember. Maybe one or two, but on shows, it's definitely only been the one.
Yeah, it's always been tags and 6-mans and.
Yeah, but the 6-mans have been fun. Opening the show for Halloween in 2019.
Aye, I enjoyed that one.
Oh, that was such a lot of fun, and just the story. Well, the story wasn't over, but there was a big payoff there when Kieran Garrett got the.
Aye, that's what I wanted to build up in that match. Is look, he's been losing for fucking a year and a half at that point.
Yeah,
give him his one.
That was you. Was it you that politics that decision? Backstage, it was Archer over. You were like, no.
All right, if I'm not winning, one of my guys is winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a solid rematch. I enjoyed that one. That was up there with one of the apart from the clothesline, I fucked at the start. The Foley clothesline, where I just completely missed the top rope to hook it and just went fucking. There was essentially just a suicide dive fucking clothesline.
Yeah, no one there to really catch you. It's you're going down. That's it.
Yeah. I was I hit the floor and my ankle caught the floor, and I was fuck, I fucked it. And this is the very first thing I've done in the match. I was I have to come back in and do other sort of stuff with mouthing off with Garrick and whatever. It's fuck.
Yeah.
I'll just limp around. You see me on the camera, you see me limping past the camera. I was gingerly getting up on the apron.
I think the adrenaline got you through, though. I think
Like, it was fine afterwards. It was just again, it was obviously just a knock at the time. I was just stunned at, or whatever. I don't know what you would call it, shocked at her. But just run it off.
I've never really been. Well, I have been hurt on a show maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
But it's never been massive. It's just been like annoying little things that are like, oh, that doesn't need to happen. But I think it was Battle of the Nations, and me and Bradley were ringside for Zach Dynamite against Damien against Liam Thompson, a triple threat for the championship.
All right, I mind that one, yeah.
Me and Bradley were on the outside, and there was a bit, I think it was Damien who did like a dive off the apron and we had to catch him.
Yeah.
And he did it, we caught him, and the way I landed on the floor, it was just all tailbone, and you just feel the shock all the way up your back, and you're like, and you don't know if you've bloody done your spine in or what you're going to be like. But I was hobbling for the rest of that thing, and all I did was bloody catch a boy.
Aye.
Then we had the Duffy Park Gala the day after. I think it was Duffy Park. And I was there because I bloody love the galas, and was working around the injury as such, not really bumping as much. Me and Thunder, I think it was me and Blue Thunder had a match, and we just decided to take the piss out of the WWE games. You know, the whole bloody gimmick where they go look under the ring for a weapon, they can't find it, and they're just like, you go under and you're just doing stupid stuff like that. Or if you give them an Irish whip on the outside and they fall over, we were doing stupid shit like that on the grass, and it was just one of my favorite matches of all time, just because it was just a bunch of nonsense.
I fucking love a gala match. It's just,
it brings us back to Haddo House. You and Caleb in that match, what a finish.
That remains my finest gala. Like, it'll probably remain so for forever. That is my finest gala. Like, if Caleb keeps bringing it up, it's like, wow, we'll need to do if we ever work a gala again together, we'll do something similar or pay it off, or we'll work something out where he tries it and he just fucks it again, he's out the door again.
Yeah. You're one of the few people that have got a win over Caleb, though.
Yeah, it's no canon, though.
That was the same Haddo House that Archer decided to big league us, wasn't it? We were all in our changing room, and he's fucked off down the stairs, his own massive room. It's like, Archer, come up and join the boys up here. What are you doing? He's like, no, I'm fine. I've got my massive room.
Yeah, I need that in my room for my bandanas.
He was hanging them all up and everything. He had his belt hanging up, and he was like, you were just amazing. I just wanted to go and give him a hug right there.
I love Archer at the bits, but he can be a character.
He's a fantastic human. He's just one of my favourite people. He's just great.
Like I've said before, this lockdown will have done him the world of fucking good.
Finally get some
being forced to take time off, yeah.
Aye. Because he was always like, I'll need to take time off, I'll need to do this, I'll need to do that. But he wouldn't. He would still come into training and he would still bump like an idiot. It's like, Archer, what are you doing?
It's like, for the best part of probably like 4 years, he was like, I'm thinking about going to see a chiropractor or some kind of specialist for his back, or I said, well, just go and do it. And he spoke about it for about 4 fucking years before he actually followed through on it. It's like, stop telling, stop asking, like, your dad needs permission, just go and do it.
You are an adult, Archer. You can do this for yourself.
Expecting me to phone and make the appointment for him.
I never got that. I never got that novelty as a kid because my mum and dad are deaf. So I had to bloody phone for my appointments. And my mum and dad would still come along, and I'm sitting there speaking to the doctor, and I'm signing to my mum, and I'm like, Mum, you don't need to know this. Like, why am I telling you this? It's about me. School was great though. When you had your parents' evenings.
All right, okay.
Normally the kids weren't allowed in. It was just the teacher to speak to the parent. Yeah. No, not me. I got to go in because I had to speak for my parents.
Aye.
So my teacher's gonna be telling me everything. Oh, Ryan's not been doing great. His attendance hasn't been good, and I'm just like,
star pupil.
Fantastic, mother. He's an A-class student and just telling all these lies, and she's like, oh, that's great, son. And the teacher's looking at me like,
I'll just write it down.
That's what my parents have to do for their appointments when I'm not there. They just write it down, and it takes them like 3 times as long as a normal appointment. So I feel sorry for them in that respect.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's a cool life skill, though.
Yeah.
Sign language.
Like, we tried it with the daughter when she was, before they can speak, you think you're supposed to try and teach them sign language, because it was, can't remember the guy's name, the clown guy on the telly, Mr. Tumble.
Oh, that's him. Yeah.
He does is it Makaton or whatever it is?
Makaton, yeah.
Aye, he does that. So she picked up quite a lot of that before she could speak. Like, she doesn't do it now, but yeah. Like, so that's...
She's grown out of it. It's like you and your fitness kick at the start of lockdown. 2 weeks.
Nah, it's... I've got Archer, he can do the running.
That was your reasoning.
I'll just come in for the pin. Hit a stunner. Don't need cardio for a stunner. It's fine.
You're sitting down. All you're doing is sitting down. You practice that every day during lockdown. Get up, sit down. That's it. Oh, me.
But yeah, it's... yeah.
This tastes fucking awful.
What is it?
It's a beer. It's an IPA. You know, I'm one of those. It's an IPA called Jaipur. And for audio listeners, it's an orange tin. Just says the word Jaipur, but it tastes like shit. But I paid for it, so I'm going to finish it.
Yeah, aye.
I'm not wasting it. I'm finishing this.
That's how it works with beer. You don't pour it out. You need to drink it.
That's one of the more frustrating things about going out in a pub or a nightclub. You get your pint and it tastes like shit, but it costs you like a $5. So you're like, I'm too proud to let it go. You just have to finish it, even though it tastes like garbage.
See, that's what you get for buying wanky pints on a night out. Just buy tenants. You get what you get with tenants.
You get what you're getting. That's it. Yeah.
£2 a pint, boof. There we go. That's the job.
No false hope, no false expectations. Yep. Just pint of tenants, and there you go.
You're not built up. You're not disappointed. You get exactly what you're getting. Just a pint of fucking piss water. It's fine.
Enough of them will get you hammered, though, so job done.
Yeah, aye, that's essentially it.
Yeah.
It's like
I miss some of the nights out we had.
Aye.
Like the Christmas nights out, or if someone had a birthday.
Aye. Like, I made very few of them. I used to go out for an anarchy or a Christmas night out. That was the ones I always made. And then, like, the other ones, sometimes I rumble a little bit, yeah. That's, yeah, like you're saying, I missed that. Get out get out in like a social environment with the boys.
Yeah. Was it I think it was like an Aberdeen Anarchy after party or something, or it was like the weekend after we all went out. And I think you brought it up before, but so forgive me for bringing it up again. But
I guess where you're going with this, yeah.
There was yourself, me, Caleb, Bradley.
Yeah, Big Kev.
Big Kev, yeah, who wasn't drinking. He was just being an absolute saviour.
He was driving us all home.
Oh, the amount of miles he must have racked up on that. He didn't get home till bloody 6 or 7 in the morning, I think.
Who knows?
Just reminds me of the absolute nonsense in the park.
See, I would say I would remind me of that, but I don't remember any of that. I was too far gone by that point.
The group chat the day after, that's your only memory of it.
Yeah.
Me and Bradley working spots on the grass. Caleb on the seesaw, you're on the swing. It's what's going on? We're all adults here. What's going on?
Yeah, that's been fucking a year and a bit without that kind of caters. It's long overdue.
Yeah,
like the first night was gonna be a fucking riot.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be. I was never a big pub guy or a club guy. I wasn't big on going out.
Yeah.
But when I did enjoy myself. But see, now that the fact that pubs have been like taken away from you and you can't really go out, I'm dying to go out. It's like it's been taken away from me. I want to go, but I can't.
It's like me with gigs. Like like I used to go to a lot of gigs, and then when I had the kids, I to kind of cut it back for money and time reasons.
Yeah.
And ever since like the lockdowns happened, it's like I just want to go to gigs now. That's just all I want to do. Like I bought tickets for Offspring in November, I want to say, or December even.
Okay.
And I'm highly doubtful it's going to go ahead, but I want to get anyway.
It'll be refunded if it doesn't go ahead, so why not?
Yeah, I bought the Mrs. Green Day tickets for Glasgow for about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago maybe even. And it got cancelled the first year because it was just pissed the rain, and like whoever was organising just fucked it completely. There was nothing ready or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So we ended up just getting to the fish in Glasgow that night instead. So it was rescheduled for the following year. So that would have been 2 years ago. It was rescheduled for last year. And it was, obviously lockdown happened, so it was put back again to this year. And this year it was meant to be June. And that was it just, well, as we record this, it was like 2 weeks ago it was announced it was put back till next year now.
Oh my God, is this ever going to go ahead?
So it's like like Green Day is my Mrs. Vago's favourite band. Like it's all, and then that's like 3 years in the bounce it's been fucking cancelled.
At least it'll feel good when she finally gets to see them again.
Yeah.
Well, provided she's seen them before, I guess.
Aye, I bought tickets for a couple of, well, we went to Wembley to see them actually. I bought tickets for Glasgow, like maybe the first year we were together. I bought 2 tickets, expected her to take me, stood a pal.
Thanks for the tickets, now fuck off.
Basically. So then I bought, a couple of years later, I bought tickets for Wembley. And so I booked the train hotel and so I'm going this time. Fuck
You're going this time. That's it. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
It's all about growth.
Yeah. Learning. That's what it is. Learning.
Is that supposed to be like the super show with like Fall Out Boy and Weezer? Is that the?
Yeah, aye.
Well,
I don't know if they're still on the bill for it.
We're Green Day headlining.
Green Day were ahead. It was Green Day. I want to say Weezer were second, and then Fall Out Boy were like the third. And there was meant to be a little support or something. I think, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Get it, it'll be fucking Biffy.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm a massive fan of Biffy, right? But a few of their tunes are good.
I've said, but I can understand why they're big, but they're just doing nothing for me. It's no for me.
I went through a stage before wrestling when I was just a big hooting mess, and I just played my guitar all the time. I didn't go outside. I just stayed in my bedroom playing guitar. All I learned was bloody Biffy Clyro songs, and I was dreaming of like, oh, one day I'll get to go see them and stuff. And then tickets would go on sale, but I would never actually go and see them. So I was just doing it to myself. Must have known deep down that they were shite or something. But
see, it's a band that have never done anything for me, but it's probably one of the bands I've seen fucking most, because for a while they were just supporting everyone and they were playing every fucking festival I was at. So I've probably seen them like as much, if no more, than the bands that I fucking love the most.
The more you see them, the more you find your head banging. You're thinking,
it's like,
stop this.
just rubbing myself at this point.
I bet that's the only reason you buy festival tickets. It's like, right, Biffy's on, I need to go now. They're a draw.
I say that was the only reason that put me off. Like the Download Festival would have been last year. It was meant to be. It was Iron Maiden, Kiss, and Biffy were like the third headliner. I don't know if it was like the Friday or the Saturday headliner. And that was the one that put, like the missus gave us permission, like you can go if you want, whatever. And you're not sure if it's like, is that actual permission or is it? It's like, and then Biffy got announced. I was like, nah, it's all right.
One of these bands is not like the other. I wonder which one.
Basically, but it's like, aye. Like I used to love a festival.
I've never been to a festival. I've always wanted to go to one. It's on my bucket list.
You need to do at least one.
Yeah, I feel that way with WrestleMania as well. I want to do it at least once. You know, go to one Mania, go to a festival, and that'll be me.
See, I always said I was going to do one when I was 40 at WrestleMania, and that's like 3 years away, and there's fucking no chance it's happening. No fucking danger.
Unless they decide to do a UK one, then maybe.
Well, possibly.
Like, I don't see that happening.
I had the chance. Where were I? 3-4 years ago, maybe. When they did. It wasn't. It was New Orleans that did. One of those years they did New Orleans anyway. And we were in America. We were visiting a pal in Houston.
Okay.
And he'd asked me, like, say, "Can you want to go to WrestleMania?" I was like, "Well, how far away is it?" And you look at the map of America, it's like, how fucking massive? How much of a drive is that? Because he wouldn't fly anywhere. So I was like,
driver.
Aye, so we need to drive for Houston. Sure, it was Houston. Aye, it was Houston. Houston to New Orleans. And I think it's like 8-9 year drive or whatever it is. Like, it's in comparative to like the size of America, it's not that far.
No, it's so misleading. You look at a map of America and you think, but then you zoom in closer and you look at how long it takes and you're thinking, fuck.
Aye, that's like 900 fucking miles.
Yeah. I thought a drive to bloody Blackpool was long.
But yeah, like, and then like I didn't want to, like, we were only there for, was it 5 or 6 days or something? So like I didn't really want to say to the missus, like, kind of get a fuck off for essentially 2 fucking days to go and see WrestleMania. And then it got to the point, it's like, okay, you can go if you want. So I spoke to him. And at the time, his missus was, he just found out his missus was pregnant. They had a fucking doctor's appointment the same day as WrestleMania. Like, you couldn't get through that. It's like, you and Louise could go and can just leave the kids with us. I was like, she's not gonna go for that. Yeah. So it's either I go myself. So I just ended up not going. So that was
I feel like Mania is something you've got to do with your mates. You can go yourself, but I feel it's the atmosphere, it's the whole the whole shebang, like the week or whatever with your mates. I think it would just be an absolute riot. We just love that.
I've been to gigs myself, but I wouldn't. I don't think I would go to wrestling myself.
No.
Nah, it's not.
No.
It's not a solo endeavour.
Some people do it, and fair play to them.
Aye.
No, I couldn't do that.
They're not. My
anxiety and my self-confidence wouldn't let me do it.
Like the wrestling you're sat doing, I think is the problem. Like at least at a gig you can just wander about and you go to the bar or whatever if you're just by yourself. Like in fact, sometimes I prefer being myself at a gig because if I like when I'm standing and you can't see, like if you've nobody beside you, you can just fuck off and go stand somewhere else. But like
go stand somewhere else, yeah.
Again, somebody your way's got a better view and it's like, oh, well, fuck, I just need to stand here now. I can't.
Or get involved in the mosh pit. Fuck it. Just you've got no one else here with. Just do it.
That's me. I'll be fucking always there, or crowd surfing, or just some nonsense.
Yeah. One of those that gets chucked back in by the bloody stewards. The stewards always look so raging when someone does it. But what do you expect? What do you expect?
Like those. I've been on the telly crowd surfing once. Like it was downloaded 2005. I want to say. Like it was with like they do like a highlight videos or whatever. Used to do. I don't know. It was on one of the Sky channels anyway. It was like a highlight video, and Megadeth were playing. And at one point, you like pranced in the crowd, and you see me like, and this was the festival I turned up. Like this was my first festival, so I had no idea what was playing. So I essentially turned up with a pair of cut-off jean shorts and a t-shirt, and that was all I had. No jackets, no jumpers, no hoodies, just wildly unprepared for it.
Woefully unprepared.
So like it's June. How cold could it be? Turns out pretty fucking cold.
Yeah, especially if it starts raining. That's you fucked.
Like looking off that was no bad. It was like the weather was alright till about Sunday. Like and it was just drizzle. But like I thought I'll buy myself. So there was one of the stalls that were selling these like fur coats, like fake fur coats. I'll buy one of them. So I'm on the telly with I had this fucking fur coat on and these massive like fucking big shades, and you just see like just for like a second, it was like, there I am.
One of those that you take a pic. Well, you couldn't have used Facebook back in 2005 or whatever.
Oh, that was
that would have definitely been Facebook picture worthy.
It was on my MySpace or fucking Bebo or whatever I was using at the time.
MySpace. I was never young enough or old enough. No, I don't know what I'm saying. I never had MySpace. I was too young for that shit. Is what I'm trying to say.
I was sharing it with me. Fucking was it 8 top friends? Or was that MySpace? Or was that Bebo? Whichever one it was.
Bebo, where you could add your other half, and you could send someone your love.
Yeah, I was it.
That was it. Bebo. I remember that.
Bebo, yeah.
I was maybe like a 12-year-old on Bebo. I probably shouldn't have been on there. Everyone who was the same age as me as my school had, you could set a music video as like your favorite music video that would play whenever you go on. It was always Don't Stop Believing by Journey, thinking you were the fucking dog's bollocks.
That was my first dance at my wedding.
Oh, Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Ah, classic. I love that.
Like me and Mrs. Rego met at the Download Festival, and then I think Journey were playing one of them. It was like a classic rock night they had. So it was Journey and Whitesnake and ZZ Top were playing one night, and Def Leppard were headlining. So Journey was when we'd been messing around all weekend. Like this was a Sunday night, so that's we can make someone of this, whatever. And Journey were playing, so we picked it for our wedding song.
Yeah,
that's it. So yeah,
what a story. So was she from the same? Like, was she from the same area as you, and you just by chance met there, or?
No, well, originally I'm built from Montrose. I'm not actually from Montrose. I'm from Aberdeen. The wife's from Montrose. Same with Caleb. Like Caleb's built from Montrose. Montrose is own. He's not. He's from Aberdeen. Don't want to burst the bubble, but
you're still raging that he was billed on a poster and you weren't.
But yeah, she was from Montrose. Like we used to run. I was a guy I worked with. He lived in Montrose, and he used to run a bus. Like we got enough guys to fill a bus, like for like 3 or 4 years running. Like at one point we were running double deckers because there was so many of us.
Everyone from Montrose.
From Montrose, like, it's a big Montrose is a big music place because they've got the music festival last year, but yeah, they've got the music festival, and so there's a lot of like music guys, whatever. So like we were filling buses, and she was on the bus one year. In fact, she went to school with a boy that ran the bus. She was at school with his brother, so like he knew her. And like, so she was camping when we started first year. Like, we used to just fucking take your campsites, like fucking get 40, 50, 60 at a fucking time. But yeah. But then like I don't know, it's like 2009 we met there, and then 2011 I proposed at Download.
Oh, of course you did. Love that.
So that's like, she'll kill me for fucking. She wouldn't listen, doesn't she? Like when we met, she was drinking like naked. It was obviously fucking booze and a fucking kind of Coke bottle, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So say, well, so just met, we're just making conversation, whatever. So yeah, it's Jägermeister. All right, you want some? Aye, I'll have some. Boom. I expected to be Jägermeister and Coke or something. No, just straight Jägermeister. I was like, you are the woman for me. I was going to say that's when you knew she was the one. So yeah, like 2 years later we were back. It must have been 11. So we were back that year. I says, I've got that ring and everything, whatever. And I said, I was like, I'm getting romantic as fuck. I said, we're gonna go to leave this like Jägermeister bus or whatever it was. Can just sell the shots. I gotta take you there and fucking get one. Like, we'll get a couple of shots and we'll get propose whatever. Bought a couple of shots. I forced you there. After if you turned around, she'd fucking necked it. Like, fuck. Another 2, please, barkeep. Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't called your first child Download. Download Vago. Like I joked about it, like because it's at Donington Park. I said, we could call him Donny. Donny. She wasn't going for it. I ended up with being a girl anyway, so I thought with these days you can gender specify names, and then I don't want to get into that. It's no fun me. Oh me. But yeah, that's my Download stories. Yeah. I've not been to a festival, but I've been
I've been to a few gigs. I've been to a few local gigs. Like one of my mates were in a band, and I went to see them all the time. They would play like Tunnels, Drummins.
Yeah.
You know, you pay your £4 to get in or whatever.
Aye.
I would go to see them quite often, and then I would start seeing like bigger bands. I went to Kerrang tour back in 2015, I think. My favourite band at the time were a band called Don Broco, and you probably haven't heard of them.
No, the name rings a bell. I couldn't name anything, but the name definitely rings a bell.
Yeah, they were headlining Kerrang tour, and there was a few bands, and they were playing in Glasgow back in February 2015 or whatever. So
Yeah.
went there. It was the first time I seen them, and I was instantly hooked. Whenever they announced a tour from then on, it was like buy tickets, buy tickets, buy tickets. So I think I've seen Don Broco now maybe 9-10 times. Absolutely here for it. They get their mosh pits on. They do all that shit, and I'm just in amongst the thick of it every single time.
Aye, that's what you need. Like, I love that. Fucking just getting on about it.
Aye. But like you're always like you're bouncing and you're on your toes and you're on your calves and whatever. And the day after, your calves are just fucking burning up. You're like, I've just done a workout here, but what you're doing is fucking bouncing up and down like a little chicken.
I maintain that's why my neck is fucked. Like, it's not so bad these days, but because I've not been out to so much gigs. But my neck was fucked for years. And I always blamed it on the Fitbit, but now I think about it, it's probably with the headbanging and fucking mosh pits, and that's probably why my neck was fucked for so long.
It's not quite the pile drivers and the burning hammers, is it? It's the headbanging.
Yeah, it's Archer takes all them. Paul take my way out of them.
Yeah. I like it, but how about this instead?
Yeah. Let's not be a pile driver in front of 6 people in Bankery. It's fine. Let's save it for...
You've got to do one at Aberdeen Anarchy, though. Makes sense in front of a big crowd, so...
Aye. It was Archer who took it, though.
Yeah. It was one hell of a pile driver.
It was.
Some boy.
Like, it's one of the few moves I refuse. I like it. It's not for lack of trust in certain guys. I just trust anybody to do it. Like, I'm sure there's got, like, I saw Dino's one, and it's safe as fuck, but it's not for me.
Yeah. Even people in the big leagues can slip up and make mistakes. So,
Aye.
Of course, us in our community centres and stuff, we can still slip up and make mistakes. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I was like, there's only maybe 2 or 3 like I'll point blank refuse. Like, and it's not like I'll think of someone else. It's not like I'm not doing that. Think you think of someone else. It's like I'll come up with some alternative, but it's like there is 2 or 3 that I'll wait. Nah,
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
You value your neck too much.
Yeah, like there's that one pile driver, and it was Aspen that did it. He did like a release suplex thing. Like go for a suplex and he would just spin you, just like let you go and can
X-Plex.
Aye.
Yeah, X-Plex. Yeah, yeah.
And he did it to me one. It was fucking. It's Johnny Lyons was doing a training thing. It was only me and like it was Aspen and Sammy was there. Was it Sammy or was it his other? I can't mind. But aye, it was him and I'm sure there was only like one other guy there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it then, but he didn't include I just assumed it was a suplex going up for it, and then he did it, and it just threw me, and I ended up fucking coming down bad with my fucking shoulder or whatever. And it I tried it a couple of times, like I did it at training and a couple of other times, and I was like, nah. I don't know if it was just like the first time it just threw me. It's just put me off it since. It's like, nah, we'll do something else. Some
moves aren't for some people. Like Regal can't take a bloody arm drag or something. So
aye, I say aye.
Something to us which is as simple as an arm drag. If Regal can't take them, then Regal is one of the best of all time.
Aye. So I'm not got a grudge, guys, for me taking anything like if there's someone that and the idea that guys that want to take, it's like, oh, fine, we'll think of something else. It's fine. Yeah.
Vago doesn't take 3 things: file drivers, X-Plex, and
pins.
Doesn't need pins, yeah.
Aye, that's your 3.
Archer does all them for you.
Aye, there's a reason he's so fucking broken.
Yeah.
I actually think before lockdown...
Are you to blame? Are you to blame for all this?
No, he was fairly broke before I got him, to be fair.
Oh, so you tried to help him?
Yeah. Like, well, I say that. Like, the first couple of years, I was like, nah, let Archer take all the heat and whatever, and then it's like, no, he's pretty broken, I better start taking a share. But, like, before lockdown happened, like, the three of us were all fucking carrying injuries or some fucking, like, like, major injuries, but some kind of niggly wee things. Like,
yeah.
My neck and back were, like, my back's still fucked, but hopefully I'll be alright for fucking getting back. And like, Archer was just fucked all over his knees and his back and his neck and his elbow and his hips and Garrick's. It was either his ankle or his knee was giving him fucking bother. But yeah, we were all...
I've never seen someone with so much bloody tubey grip on their body before a wrestling match than Chris Archer. He's dressed up like a mummy before he puts his uniform on. His uniform.
Yeah, get on your rejected uniform.
Rejected uniform. I fucked it.
He's literally been held together by tubey grips and bandanas. That's all. At this point, that's all that's keeping Chris Archer together.
Yeah. Start selling tubey grips as merch, you'll make a bloody fortune.
You joke, but I now I think about that, it's seriously considering that.
That's a good idea, huh?
Signed Chris Archer tubey grips. Yeah, there's got to be a market for that.
Imagine that on the side. What would you price them at?
£5.
£5, there we go.
£5. It's got to be a £5. Like, that's what I've learned. If you sell someone for a £5, 40, I buy it.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've still got one Vago t-shirt left. Like, after, and that was like 5 years ago. I've still got fucking one left. I can't get rid of it. But see, the bandanas and masks selling for a £5, they fucking fly at the shelves.
Flying, yeah. That t-shirt will never go. It's yours to keep now forever.
Yeah. I think it's like an extra large or something. It's something ridiculous, like, or extra small. It's like it's at one end of the scale where it's no use to anybody.
It's not quite medium or large, but it's one of the other ones.
Yeah, it's like it's just gotta be. I'm just gotta keep taking it to shows and hanging it up and taking it, doing a bit in the back in the box.
Never ending bloody cycle. One day it'll sell and it'll just be the best day of your life.
Mind blown. There was one
after your wedding day and the day your children were born.
Yeah. It's alright, the wife doesn't listen to this, it's fine. There was one I'm sure it was West Hill. And I was out at half time. And there was this it was like a wee lassie, she may have been 9 or 10. But she'd like I'd been in for a match and she'd cheer like I'd give the fist bump and she was kind of also getting hyped up and whatever. And she was the one that I looked at when I was getting the crowd going and the comeback going or whatever.
Yeah. So
I was just joking, like I had the t-shirt on and whatever, and I was like pointing the t-shirt like can I ask your dad or whatever. And eventually she came up. I was only joking, like I've only got adult sizes and I'm sure they're only fucking large and extra large left. And she still wanted it, and I was like,
did you buy it?
I ended up going away with one. I'm like, hustling.
Not only do you politic your matches, you politic poor little girls into buying your merch.
Yep.
What a piece of shit.
Like, nearly a £1 photo rose or a badge and a t-shirt, fucking 15 quid, geez it.
15 quid t-shirt. This will look great on you in 10 years' time.
You'll get the use of it.
Yeah. Oh, me. Nah, if it's not tubey grips for me, it's bloody Tiger Balm. I love Tiger Balm. Never a training session or a match went by without me putting some form of Tiger Balm or DP on my body.
I love the smell of that. Like, it goes back to me, like, I played, go back to my playing days. I played Sunday League football, and that was all you smelled. The changing room was just fucking deep heat and fucking Tiger Balm.
Yeah. It's amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
It is.
I've not had to buy any for fucking ages, obviously, because I've not been training, but I'm dreading that sting in the bank when we get back.
Well, funny enough, my missus, was it her back or someone was hurting, and she found this thing of Tiger Balm, like in. I said, I've got some fucking fucking wrestling bag, but there you go. I'll be a date or whatever. It's nothing to get fucking. It'll be fine. If anything, it'll get fucking hotter.
It'll get more potent.
Aye, yeah. It'll be fine. Rub it on. No bother.
Aye, there you go. I love the smell of it. Sometimes I would just put it on just to smell nice. Fuck, I forgot my deodorant. Shit, what will I do? Tiger Balm. There we go. There's your dinner.
Balm, yep. There's your... I've not had that in a while.
Oh, it's one of my go-to phrases. There's your dinner.
There's your dinner. But yeah, I don't know how far we're going with this. I've got some notes, but like I said, you threw us by going into the music thing. It's thrown on after that. Like I'm used to the guys just like I try to get on the music and folk just did I go for it, and it's thrown me.
What do I do?
It's
like me. If I'm like I'm getting a takeaway, or if I go to get a McDonald's or something, I need to rehearse my order in my head before I go to it. If I don't, fuck knows what I'm ordering. Just something. It'll take me a year, but something. I need to rehearse my order in my head before I get there. Going through a drive-through with my girlfriend or something, and I'm telling her to tell me what she wants, and she just deliberately won't tell me till they're started speaking at me. She's like, "You just need to calm down, Ryan." I'm like, "No, you need to tell me now. I need to know your order."
It's like cutting a promo. You need to summon up there.
I need to have something, otherwise just loads of shite just comes out.
Like you'll have got this like 3-man promos, and it's just a fucking nonsense.
Oh, see, if someone says something funny and someone loses their mind, that's it. Game over. You just need to start again.
Aye, we've like me and Archer, like even before we got Garrick, we were fucking notorious for just being horrible at fucking popping at rain shit and just taking forever and multi fucking takes. Just
yeah, I was horrible, obviously, because I'm renowned for losing my shit and just being on the floor for 5 minutes. Filming promos with me is just an absolute nightmare. Remember the videos me and Scotty used to do with Manton?
Aye, yeah.
They were just a nonsense generally, but most of them took us 10 takes or something, because I would pop at something and just always fuck it. We would only need to be there for maybe 20 minutes, but no, I would cause us to be there for an hour and a half. Scotty's there like, I need my fucking supper. I'm like, sorry, I can't help it.
I don't like Bradley's all right. He does what he does. He just acts like a fucking mad cunt, and Dynamite's generally he can sometimes go on a bit, but yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He does, yeah.
But it's like, so you've got like a decent crew of guys there that can cut a promo, as opposed to us just fucking being just complete fucking nonsense.
I remember when we were filming our stuff for the Aberdeen Anarchy 3-way tag team match.
Yeah.
And it was us against yourselves and the outfit.
Aye.
And some of the stuff we filmed then was just carnage. I think you did your poker night one, and then we all came in and just had a big brawl. And bloody cards and chips are going our way, but we fucked it. So we need to film it again, picking up all these cards and poker chips to put them on the table again.
I fucking hate them. Like, that was my idea as well, the poker chips. And the amount of times that we've fucking got them involved and they just got fucking wiped out through the flares, like, I have to pick these bastards up now. Fuck's sake.
You need to get it on your first go or nothing. That's it. Promo's done. Cancelled.
Like, there's been a few though. Like, it was one other one we did in. Can't remember it was it Turf? Mm-hmm. I'm sure it might have been the same night with the fucking stink of our outfit. But we did this promo with Garrick. Like, before he joined the Rejected, we did this. Me and Archer were playing cards. And fucking eventually Garrett comes in and we hear back and forth, whatever. And then he wiped the chips off the table, and we did about 3 takes of that. And then I watched back the footage to edit it later on, like the following week. Couldn't use it because there was too much of a fucking echo in the room. So I couldn't use it anyway. With the refilm it somewhere, like, I'm sure we filmed it in the academy. And even then, we fucked it up. Like, we had to do like 2 or 3 takes of that one. There was one I said someone, I think were you there for that one? In the academy when I just said I got the words completely the wrong way around, and I tried to keep going, and Garrick's there, and I'm like, that's I've lost it.
Oh, I don't think it helps when you're trying to be, you'll muddle up your words or whatever, and the person beside you is still trying to be serious and stone-faced, and you take one little glance at them and you just lose your shit because they're trying their absolute hardest to stay in character, but no, that's it. You're gone. Yeah, you're gone. You've ruined it.
It's that's what I'm saying. Like multi-man promos. Like I don't care if anybody else has got the same problem, but we've always had this fucking problem where someone goes on, Archer just goes off on a fucking tangent, he's away, and then it's like, nah, you fucked it, Archer, come back. We'll start again. He loses it somewhere and just tries to keep going. He just ends up getting further and further away. He's like, no, just stop.
Turning the tables and the tables they keep turning.
Basically. Aye.
Nonsense. I love filming promos. I hate doing them, but I love filming them, and I love just losing my shit, and I love everyone popping. It's just great.
Like that's part of the reason we started filming our own ones, just to get a bit more fun with it.
Yeah.
Like the ones down at Cadona's and just a complete fuck about. Like the guy saw us, like the security guy saw us walking in. Like, and I was like, me, Archer, and Garrick were our rejected uniforms.
Uniforms.
And then fucking Malice there, and the guy just looked at us like, I looked at Archer, I was like, we're gonna get lobbed out here in about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
you could see like he was still working. We were filming stuff, and you could see we were filming stuff, so you get what we were up to. But you could see him like lurking around the corners and peeping around the corner of the fucking bandits, and like, we can't go too far with this, or we will get lobbed out.
Yeah. I watched that video back the other day actually, and it was just like the music in the background was what was getting me.
See the amount of time it took me to find that fucking music on YouTube. Like try to find the right one, and because sometimes it can be too much up. Like as much of our nonsense our promos are, I can be too much of a perfectionist sometimes. I was like, nah, that doesn't fit. This is too long. This one's too happy. It's like
trying to find copyright free music, and
I didn't bother with that with their fucking promos. I don't worry. I just click the box. It's like I've got copyright. It's fine. I didn't.
So you can't be monetizing them, unfortunately. That's you.
No, I've got. Well, say copyright. I've got the right to use the music on the podcast. I paid for that.
You paid for it?
I did.
Oh, this is big time. Yeah,
big time.
Yeah, all these 15 listeners or whatever hearing my story.
I thought I didn't want to spend fucking hours editing, uploading this stuff just for it to be taken down again. So I was like, no. Like it wasn't much. It was like a $5 or whatever it was, because it's like stock music. So it's probably in like fucking like 50 other fucking podcasts or whatever. But it's like, this is my music now. This will do it. This will do for the pee break and whatever else.
The pee break. Speaking of the pee break, I do actually need to go, but I need to do something.
Right. Okay.
Right. In the birthday bash that you had with Caleb, Martin, Lottie, and Thunder, I think Caleb went for a pee break.
He did.
And he decided to sing the little riff.
He did. Because
he decided to sing the little riff, and he was like, you don't need to do it, I'll sing it for you. Well, I've got to bloody one up him here, right? Because I'm going to fucking play the riff, right? I spent about half an hour before this podcast listening into the end of other podcasts just to get the riff, right?
So what you're saying is I could have saved myself £5. I just got you to it.
So So I don't know how this is going to sound. It could sound fucking awful, but for audio listeners, this is my shitty little Squire Stratocaster. I just put new strings on it the other day, but I don't have snips, unfortunately. So
they're all
just going nuts. But it's fine, it's fine. If it doesn't bother you, it's great. If it bothers you, then I don't care. Sorry, but I'm way to go for my piss break here. But first of all, this is the riff for you, okay? I'll be back.
Yeah, but it's done there. It's done exactly the same thing as it did with mine. So just cut out as soon as you start playing it.
Right. I need to do this again, right? I need to do this again. I will get this. Okay, right. See if your magical editing skills can do something here, okay? That last take didn't happen, but this one did. Still nothing?
Very faintly.
What do I need to do here? Right. What I'll do is I'll turn it right down so you can just get the lovely sound of my
do that
guitar. Okay, you ready? There you go.
That's better.
There you go. It's not quite got the gain or the distortion that we need, but fucking does the job. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Right, I'm actually raging that didn't pick it up. I'm fuming. The half an hour I spent replaying that clip to learn that, and it didn't even fucking work.
Like, I don't know why.
I can't even open my fucking tinny.
Raging.
I'm having an absolute fucking meltdown.
Didn't expect anything like any sort of professional in this show because it's a fucking nonsense.
No, you've only paid $5 for the rights. That's it. Who knows if this even goes fucking out? It might not even go out.
No, it'll go out and like this. It wouldn't be edited.
I'd expect nothing less.
Yeah, I try to do as very little editing as possible.
Zoom, riff, piss break, riff. There you go.
Like I've even got a template now. It's like I've got the start bit and the end bit, and I just put the either in the middle. Like if it's a P break, I just cut it off. Like I'll stick that bit in there. That'll do it. That's it.
There we go.
Upload.
Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah. See, I've learned.
Absolutely here for that.
After the first fucking 2 or 3 times of doing that, it's like, I'm done with this shit now. There must be an easier way of doing this.
And you found it?
Yeah. Oh. Shortcuts are your friend.
Oh.
But yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't know what else I've got in my fucking... Well, I'll say fucking notes. There's very little notes.
Podcast with Ryan. Inspirational. Protein shaker. Oh, 7 stone. There you go.
In fact, I've got 2 out of 3. I've got weight loss and inspirational. I haven't got...
I'm so predictable.
Those were the 2 I've got, yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Like you say you're a big kid learning guitar, and obviously you're not a big kid now.
Yeah, I believe the phrase I used was "hoorin' mess."
Mess, that was it.
I was a hoorin' mess.
Hoorin' mess, aye.
Yeah. So basically, I wasn't like that fat a kid when I started secondary school, but obviously throughout secondary school, I found about pies and pizzas and shit, and then just couldn't control myself and just became a hoorin' mess, really. I knew it wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't good for my health. I knew I wouldn't be able to fucking live a healthy life if I kept going that way. So my older brother actually went on like a health kick back in 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
And he was getting himself in some really good shape. So he passed on some knowledge to me. He started taking me to the gym with him and stuff. This is when he lived at my mum's house with me and my dad and my other brother. And I'd start going to the gym with him. He would get me on like a low carb diet because that's what he was doing. So
Yeah.
it was an absolute nightmare. No bread, no pasta, no rice, none of that shit.
None of the good
and it was
stuff.
when I was back in my college days as well. So I was doing college on just nuts and meat and protein shakes and cheese and eggs, and it's like I don't know how I coped, but you got used to it, and just the more I went to the gym and the more I was eating healthier and being in a calorie deficit, ultimately I was just kept losing the weight, and it becomes kind of addicting, really.
Yeah.
You know, you see the number go down, and you're like, I need to keep getting that bloody hit. I need to keep getting that number to go down, and then eventually went from 21.5 stone down to like, I think 14 stone 2 pounds was my lowest.
Yeah.
And it was about that stage I decided, I'm going to take wrestling seriously. So I was quite small back then. I decided, well, if I'm trying wrestling, I need to put on a little bit of size. So my diet changed. I started bulking up essentially, and then to the end of like before lockdown and stuff, I started getting in. I was in pretty decent shape.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as good as Caleb.
Nobody will ever use fucking Caleb.
No, I hate that motherfucker. I don't. I love him really, but but I was on the right track. If I kept going where I was going, I would have, I could have ended up like him. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
But no, I just throughout school and whatever. I would just eat like I'm. I look back at some of the stuff I used to eat, and I think, how did I even do that? I think about it, and I'm like, fuck, I've put on 2 stone already. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I was grafting though when I was losing the weight. I was
like to lose that much, you must have been.
Yeah, it comes back to it being addictive, and other people who have lost weight and like the same amount of weight or even more, they'll probably tell you the same thing. It's addictive seeing the number keep going down and down and down.
Yeah.
But eventually it gets to a point where you plateau and you hit a wall. And I hit plenty of walls. Like I would lose heaps of weight. I would put it all back on again. I would lose it again, put it all back on. But
that's the thing. You don't want to go too far. Otherwise it's not good for you the other way either.
Yeah, it got to the stage, like I was in my old job and I was in like a customer facing job. So I would have lots of people seeing me on a daily basis. And they were all like, you're looking unwell. You're looking really ill. Are you okay? Kind of thing. And it was about that stage I started wrestling. And I was like, yeah, I need to put on some size again.
Yeah.
I don't feel like me.
See, I've always wanted to get in shape, but I just had the motivation for it. And like, as long as my cardio's there to carry the weight I've got, it's like I'm okay with that. It's fine. As long as I'm not just being slow as fuck and just making 10 shit matches because I can't keep up, or it's like I'm happy with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm never gonna look like Caleb. That's fine. I'm at peace with that.
Yeah. I do want to get to the stage where I'm wrestling topless, but I don't know if it'll ever be possible because of the weight that I lost. I do have quite a lot of loose skin, obviously. So it's just one of those things. It might happen. It might not.
Yeah. Like that was my goal at the start of lockdown. It's like I'm gonna wrestle with a t-shirt. I'm gonna be able to take off. Nah, no danger.
2 weeks and that's it.
Yeah, I might.
Your kids in their sign language.
I could maybe get away with it because I'm like some kind of biker. Well, I'm supposed to be some kind of biker dude. I've never fucking actually said I'm a biker dude or whatever, but yeah. So technically, I could probably get away with it, but it's like, nah, it's not with the subject people to that. I'll just keep my t-shirt on.
If it suits the gimmick and if it suits your character, then yeah, why not?
Aye, that's the thing. It's like I'm just a fucking raver and rub off. That's all I am at this point.
You're at peace with that, just like you're at peace with the fact you'll never look like it.
Yeah, aye. If that's where I am, that's I'm good with that. It's fine.
If you're listening to this or watching this, Caleb, just know we are chatting shit, right?
Fuck you and your fucking body, you cock.
I don't mean that, he does.
Fucking one throws his own. Get fucked.
You're never going to let that go. Never.
Yeah, like the way, I'm assuming that's where the inspirational thing came from, was the big weight loss. And
yeah, basically the idea behind it, and there was a couple guys at training who actually pitched it, because I had loads of ideas beforehand, but nothing was sticking. This was when I was having training matches and stuff.
aye,
Nothing was sticking. I was struggling, but people started pitching the fact that everyone knows someone who doesn't shut up about themselves. You know, they've lost this weight, or they've got this job, or they've got this car or something.
yeah.
And the first time they tell you, it's like, oh, fair play, well done. But they keep telling you, they keep telling you, they keep telling you. And eventually you're like, I fucking know, just stop. Just shut the fuck up. I don't care. So someone pitched that to me. I think it was Scotty Swift. He pitched it to me. And he was like, why don't you just use that? You know, similar to the way that Kurt Angle was like, I'm an American hero, you shouldn't boo me, blah, blah, blah. So pure, so white meat babyface that folk actually hated it because he wouldn't shut up.
Aye,
He sort of suggested that for me. And
if he'd been like 10 years before, they would have cheered him, because he came out during like the Attitude Era. It's like, that's not what they're going for now.
Yeah, but then it turned out to be perfect, because he was one of the greatest of all time. So that was kind of like, we touched on Kurt Angle before, but obviously I'm not Kurt Angle, and I probably never will be. But
I don't think anybody's got to be Kurt Angle apart from Kurt Angle.
This is very true. So that was where like the start came from, where I was this white meat baby face that was just, you know, you need to settle down a bit, mate. You know, okay, you've done these things that are admirable, but if you keep telling me, I'm going to get bored of them. I'm going to start disliking you. So that's where it came from. And then ultimately I turned heel back at the Regal Rumble and became best mates with Bradley and Zach. Helped them on their journey. So
I mean,
and Bradley's losing weight now as well. He's gone from something like 19 stone down to 16 or something. So fucking inspiration. That's what I'm telling you.
Hopefully he's lost out of his fucking thighs. So try to get that cunt a fucking Boston Crab or something. It's fucking impossible.
We did that spot, that 6-man spot in Summerhill, where like the three of you, the three of us in submissions.
It's like I instantly was like, I'm taking Dynamite. It's fine. You guys, you can date the guys with the big fucking legs.
It's like, there you go. But no, I was put into I can't remember what I was put into, but it was by Archer, and my legs are bloody chunky as well, so he fell over when he was putting it on. I think Caden fell over when he was putting Bradley in the Boston Crab, and you got away lightly. You were fine with Dynamite, because you know his legs are just fine.
Yeah.
Me and Bradley, no, we're very bottom heavy.
It's like Garrick's like a big guy, but like I'm the biggest guy. It's like I should have taken this, and I'll take Dynamite. It's fine.
Yeah. What you did there was you told Garrick, you know, oh no, Bradley's quite big, you can take him. So he's like, aye, okay, fair enough.
I'll take Bradley. You and a manager, Garrick. You and a manager. I'll take him. Okay, you take him then.
Okay, you take him. Smart. Yeah. Up there for bloody thinking, doing their finance.
Yeah. See.
These beers are hitting me. I'm feeling it already. I'm such a lightweight. It's been a while since I've had a wee drink.
Yeah, I'm 6 in at this point.
That's number 5 for me.
So yeah, they're going down well.
Yeah.
Like there was near last year before I got paid off from my job, and I was never a big, like I used to go to the weekend, like weekends or whatever, or kind of pubs. But like drinking in the house by myself, I was never like. I would never drink by myself, because it just like a tin of beer. I would like drink half of it. It's like, can't be fucked. This kid, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
And then I got paid off, and just before I got paid off, I won this like drinks hamper. Like one of the takeaways in Montrose were doing like kind of raffles. So I was in. I said, "You want? I'll take a fucking strip, whatever." And the phone us up, got was really, "Hi, you won," and it was literally like fucking like 300 quid's worth of booze. Like bottles of Bacardi and fucking vodka and rum and whatever else was in it. and gin. So because I wasn't working at the time, like it was like I got paid off, and it was about 2-3 months before I got a job again. So every night I was like, well, I'll try some of this fucking fancy gin. We'll have some of that.
Yes, I'm not a big home drinker either, but with lockdown last year, and I was doing all these Zoom quizzes or whatever with my family, and everyone was dressing up in their shirts and doing their hair and having their bloody beers, and I'm just there fucking having the time of my life, sinking these beers. It was great.
It's like I'm the same. It's like ever since then, like every weekend, well, most weekends or most days off I've got a couple just to hit a couple, just because.
Yeah. Well, I've recently just moved in with my girlfriend, and we had a beer fridge that was in the house that she bought that the guy left. So I was like,
nice.
I can take his beer fridge. Need to fill it up. So
yeah, you can't leave that empty.
That's how I've got this shite beer, because I think there was like some promotion I seen on Facebook advert or whatever, and it was like, buy these beers and free delivery or whatever. I was like, I'll fucking do that. So bought these to fill up my beer, and now like I'll be bored and I'll just be doing nothing. I'll think, fuck, I'll just go up and use my fridge and have a beer.
If ever was a reason to buy beer, it was to in a beer fridge. That was
having the beer fridge. There we go. What's the point of having it if it's not?
Yeah, you've got to use it. You can't just sitting there empty.
I know.
I was used to wind up my mates for buying wanky beers like this Brewdog or whatever, and these name beers.
Oh, like this.
I used to do like I was always like, I'll buy the cheapest shit as fucking beer, like fucking Tennant's or fucking Kestrel Lager at the time. Fucking McEwen's Exports, like that's me, fucking cheap as fuck. All day.
Skull, John Smith.
Skull, I need John Smith, but Skull was one. Just whatever was fucking cheapest at Tesco at the fucking time was like, in the case of that, that'll do it.
Yeah.
And then fucking like Motorhead and Iron Maiden starting sticking their names on beers, like I'm just a mark.
Always falling for the gimmicks.
It is.
Because the name's on them, the price goes up.
Aye.
That's it.
It's
You're
like,
hooked.
It's like the Motorhead stuff, like you need to buy like 60 quid's worth to get free shipping. So it's like, well, we have to buy like. So like
my 3 cases.
My loft is full of just beer because it's free. It's like that'll do. Like the birthday bash, I had a keg. Like, and at the time it was like, if you bought 2 kegs, you got free shipping. It's like, well, you gotta buy 2 kegs, then, am I? So,
yeah, you're a sucker for free shipping.
So I've still got a keg up there to be drunk. So like the next weekends I've got off where I can get like I'll try and line up like 2 or 3 recordings in a row. I'll get the keg opened.
The next Mickey Vagel social.
Aye, yeah.
Another quiz. I want to hear you playing guitar because I want to experience not hearing the guitar properly.
Oh, it's buried in the corner. I can't get it just now. And then I'm not even sure the amp's there. I think the amp's upstairs, so that'll be a nonsense getting it. Sorry. And my acoustic's only got 5 strings because one's broken. So I could play the acoustic, but it's pointless.
Is it the high E string that's broken?
No, I think it's
one of the middle ones.
Aye, it's either the 3rd or the 4th.
That's
like a random thing. It's like one you would use.
Yeah. if the high E goes, you're fine. You can just work around it.
Yeah. But no,
if the middle one goes, that's it.
It's one of the middle ones that's gone. But yeah, like the next time, like I said, like before we come on, if this podcast keeps going long enough, I'm going to do a Christmas one, and I might get the guitar out for that bit. I want to record it. I want to do it live. I'll pre-record it and then like whatever it is, like screen share it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah, I'll do the second bit. I'll do the rhythm guitar if you do the lead guitar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you and your masterful editing skills that you've so masterfully learned, that by doing these Zoom calls in your podcast, you'll be able to make a banger out of them. So
yeah. We just need somebody to play drums and Thunder plays bass. I reckon I need to play drums, so that's the thing.
that reminds me, Scotty Swift and his WrestleZone band, and you, the heavy metal hooligan, aren't in it, and I'm not in it, and I've literally just played your bloody riff on it.
So he's fucked it.
He did fuck it. We should make our own band.
Fuck Scotty Swift and his WrestleZone band.
That's it. We need the Vago and Riley band. That's it. Shitty band. We've only got 2 guitarists. No singer, no bass, no drums. Just 2 guitar players.
Well, Caleb was left out his band, I think. Was he?
Oh, we can take him. He was a singer. I've seen his.
He was a singer. Well, he played guitar and he's, but then eventually he bumped up to singer. But yeah, so we could have 3 guitarists and a singer.
Hey, if you haven't seen that before, we can be innovative.
See, singing someone I like in my head, I think I can do, but I probably can't. Like, see, driving my truck a bit and I've got the fucking tunes banging, I'm fucking belting them out. Like, I'm in my head, I'm fucking there like Ronnie James Dio or fucking Robert Plant. I guarantee it sound nothing like that for the turn of music off.
I'm like that in the shower. And I'm half expecting to leave the shower, see my girlfriend, and just her have this bloody face on her that's like, you just need to stop. I'm sorry. That was one benefit of having deaf parents, though. I could sing as loud as I fucking wanted. I always wonder if they'd get offended that I use them for clout.
I don't know.
They won't know. I need to stop.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Just thumbs up.
Thumbs up and the nod of the head. That's it.
But since we've got back onto the music somehow, like I had this question, like I've asked Scotty it, and I've meant to get it in like every podcast, and I always keep forgetting because I never write it down. So I wrote it down this time. Okay. So what I asked Scotty was like, as wrestlers, we always like to do dream booking, like if you'd like to fight or whatever. But because this is the Mosh Pit, what I'm asking is your dream gig. Now you can choose any fucking band you like, if you're any era, alive or dead. So you've got an opener, like a mid card, and a headliner.
Okay.
So which of I kind of putting you on the spot, like just so like Scotty, I think Scotty answered his undercard, his opener was the Offspring playing the whole of Smash. His mid card was Strapping Young Lad because he'd never seen Strapping Young Lad, and his headliner was like was it 90s era fucking like Black Album era Metallica. So that was his 3.
I think I might get a lot of grief for this.
See if you say Biffy, I'm just turning it off now.
Right, so as I've mentioned them already, one of my favourite bands are Don Broco.
Yep.
So, but they're not massive. So I would maybe have them as an opener.
Right, okay.
Nice, get you pumped for it.
Yep.
Mid-carder. Oh, I don't know. Who do I like? I've got like a massive playlist that I just play and it's just full of random shite, but I don't know who any of it is.
See, Spotify's ruined a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Just shuffle play. It's like, fuck. Who the fuck's that? I don't know.
But it's good though. Mid-card. Oh. Mid-card. You've really thrown me on the spot here.
Yeah. I probably should send this questions out beforehand. Like now folk will ken this is coming, so
yeah, so do your research beforehand. Don't end up like me. A hoorin' mess. Okay, so Don Broco was the opener. From a mid-carder, a little bit of a curveball because they're probably too big to be a mid-carder, but I'd say Oasis if they were to get back together.
Right, okay.
Okay. I've been a fan of Oasis for a while.
Yep.
And I just, well, if they were to get back together, I think they'd be able to sell tickets for like 200 to 300 quid and folk will buy them because
they would.
Because it's Oasis getting back together, but
they could
I'd have them
charge any amount of money and they would sell.
They would sell. That's the thing. They're probably doing this. It's just it's a storyline the Gallagher brothers are doing.
How far can you get ticket prices up?
Probably in the thousands.
Aye. There is folk who would pay it.
Aye, there is. Stupid folk. Oasis would be my mid-carder.
Right.
Which is probably not suitable for a heavy metal hooligans podcast, but anyway, Oasis.
Each to their own.
And then, and the main event would probably be my favourite band of all time, which would be Muse.
Muse are also like my Biffy Clyro. It's a band I've never gotten into.
No.
One of my buddies was mad into them, and it's not like I like them. It's just I used to just take the piss. I just used to pretend to like them just because he did.
Fair, that's fair.
But yeah, no, I'd go with that.
Muse they probably are my all-time favorite band. I've not listened to them for a while. That's a lie. I was listening to them at work this morning and this afternoon, but they're a massive stadium band, so they sell.
Yep.
They were, back when I was in school, I would do like my show and tell presentations or whatever. All of them would be on Muse just because of how much I loved them. When I was learning my guitar, I would learn all these Muse songs and, massive fan of Muse. So they would probably be my main eventer. They're a band that I've not seen yet, and they're a band that I've always wanted to see.
That's a fairly solid lineup, I would say.
Don Broco, Oasis, and Muse. Folk are going to be listening to this and going, why the fuck? He really is a hoorin' mess.
Yeah, there's your fucking trailer. Hoorin' mess.
Hoorin' mess, that's it. Caleb's got his heat with Brock Lesnar. I've got the fact I'm a hoorin' mess.
Oh, the amount of heat we were like. If I was tempted to tag everyone that we fucking got heat. Like Caleb was Brock Lesnar, then fucking Martin Berrien, fucking what the fuck's his name? Michael Schenker, and there was somebody else he buried at the same time. It's like, and then fucking Scotty fucking just buried Red Lightning. It was like, if I tagged all these folk, just for just for listens, I don't care.
They're not afraid to bury anyone. I don't have the confidence to do that, unfortunately.
Like I'm fairly certain Caleb's never get a bump into Brock Lesnar.
No,
he's fairly safe there, I would say. I think he's not visiting Montrose anytime soon.
Well, not unless he's in his subway. We know where Lesnar comes and suplexes him. That got me big time. Do you know how I was saying I'm always on the floor in a laughing fit? I think that got me when I listened to that last time. Just the thought.
I just 6 inch 30 sub, please fucking yank.
See you later. Oh, stupid situations like that. I just absolutely here for it. Me and Scotty, we're always sending each other messages just of stupid shite.
Yeah.
Absolutely stupid shite that makes no sense, but it pops us just because we're just absolute kids.
Yeah. I was gonna wrap up there, but then you reminded me of who the fuck was it? The tractor guy that we always used to on about training.
Oh, is it not the guy with the train, and he's just not on the track, but he's just a train plowing down Union Street? His name's Terry. Flicky day.
just getting through his papers in his train.
Picking up his milk, and he's torn up half a Union Street on his train.
That was it. Like, I might be in training one night where I'm sure we were putting the ring back together, or we torn it, we stripped it, and we were putting it back together, and that was all we got. Just fucking Terry the train driver. tearing up Union Street for his papers and his milk.
Just parking his train in his way.
In the bus stop, like he just nipped in for his rolls.
Oh, that one, we've got to credit Blue Thunder for that one as well. Me, Scotty, and Blue Thunder just. I've given them guys a lift back home after training a few times, and it's never any serious conversation we have. It's just shit like that. Terry, the train driver.
Like that'll pop like 5 people, and it'll. I don't care at this point.
Yeah, it'll pop a few people that listen to this. Probably the only 5 people that listen to this.
Aye, I'd be surprised if there's 5 people left at this point.
I'm surprised they haven't left.
Yeah, it's getting numbers. Where the fucking not? I reckon if it's like just somebody like Bradley Evans' episode, he's got like I don't know how many listens, but it's like it's unusually higher than everybody else's. I was like,
that's because Bradley's listened to it himself.
That's what I was thinking. Like Bradley, you're just listening to it yourself just to get the numbers up. He's at it.
He is trying to make himself more popular. It's like these voting things that we did on Twitter, and it's like the final will have an unusually high amount of voters compared to the rest of the tournament matches.
That you besmirch the good name of those fucking votes. They were all legit.
Oh, those votes were great. I love those tournaments.
It was the one with the wrestler of the year or whatever. I kind of like. Obviously, there didn't any wrestling, so just like it was just based on. And then it was like 1,000 votes or whatever it was, because folk figured that you could vote more than once. And
people are at it.
Sean was just going mad with the votes, like boof, 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 fucking hours at a time getting votes.
He should be working, but no, just click refresh, click refresh.
Just at it completely. I say just a complete sham. I don't care. I won. Fuck it.
There you go.
The legit.
So that's what.
Vigo goes over. That's it. It's fine.
Just like every other match, you politic your way to a voting. There you go.
But yeah, like with that, I think we'll wrap that up there because that's. I don't know how long it is, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't know.
Hour and a half, 2 hours, yeah. I don't know how I've managed to speak for that long.
I keep meaning to look at the time before we start, and then I keep forgetting. So I don't know how fractionally long we've gone. There's a pee break in there, so we've gone long enough.
There is a pee break in there.
Usually,
that's enough.
Usually, if there's a pee break, it's like that's long enough. If somebody needs to go for a pee halfway, that's enough.
Well, Caleb and Martin went like 3 or 4 times in your birthday bash, so I don't know what the fuck they were playing at.
Together.
Together.
Was it separately? It's like you're on Zoom. You need to actually get the right. Like you can't go by yourself. Like you're in your house.
Just trying to relive the pub experience. That's it.
Whew. But yeah, thanks for that. That was something.
It was something. I've had an absolute blast. This is the first podcast I've ever done, so it was good just to have a chat and a drink with yourself because it's been a while since I've spoken to you. So it's been good, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure. So
pleasure.
Until next time, where we've got some more of this fucking. I don't know who's on next. Like I've still reel somebody in, but we'll find somebody to speak to.
I'm sure you will. You will. But before we go, I believe you normally play your riff at the end as well.
Oh, it's a different riff at the end. Have you learned the other one?
Riff?
It is. There's 2 riffs.
Unfortunately, I haven't learned the other riff. Unfortunately, I can play the original riff.
Just play the original one. I'll just play that. It's fine. I'll dub it. But thanks again to Ryan Riley for joining me this week. So here we go.
Here we go. Hopefully this one picks up. But thanks for listening, guys. And signing off, this is the Inspirational Ryan Riley playing you Mikkey Mosh Pits. riff.
Nah, it's gone.
I don't even care. I'm past caring. I've had enough of this shit.